Rickea Jackson posted pictures with the caption soon. Is she able to work into practice at all? Do you expect her to play tomorrow?
We were able to get her into some practice this week, and if things go well today and tomorrow at shoot-around, we're hopeful that she can play some on Tuesday night.
Do you think she'll be on a minutes restriction?
That will be determined with athletic trainer, our physician, and myself before the game.
Just seeing her back on the court, how happy was she? How nice was it to see her back out there?
Oh, it's great to see her out there. She's excited to be practicing. I think she's been looking forward to this for a while, as have her teammates and her coaches. Obviously you want to see her players on the court.
How does having her back in practice going on the course benefit the teammates and kind of raise morale around the team?
Well, they love playing with her. Our team loves her being on the court. They know how talented she is, and just getting her in some practice. Working her in throughout this week has been good for everybody. Now we've got to get back to playing with her. We've not done that in a while. I think that's going to be important, just to get some, whether that's practice minutes or game minutes, under our belt.
What's been the emphasis over this break in practice to kind of?
So our emphasis has been on some basics, making sure that we've gone back to being very technical on different areas of our defense, offense, and our rebounding, but also add in some wrinkles offensively, defensively, just to make sure that we are a little bit more prepared going into the second half of our season.
Wofford just beat Virginia with three-point shooting. How do you feel about the progress of this team's perimeter defense, and just where have you seen the biggest strides on the defensive end over this kind of break?
Our half-court defense has improved a lot in the last few weeks. Our rebounding will continue to get better. I think the interesting thing, we expected Wofford to be a good three-point shooting team. They had not shot it well prior to their Virginia game, really, and there you got to see what they are very capable of doing. And they hit some big shots down the stretch. So our defense is going to have to be really good. Going back to our half-court defense is going to have to be really good and really stingy from that three-point line. Well, I'm not telling everybody what wrinkles we put in. Just some change-ups on both ends of the court to make sure, like I said, that we're extremely prepared going into the second half.
Obviously last game against Eastern Kentucky, there was just some silly turnovers, decision-making wise. Just how do you kind of work through that? Where have you seen progress on that front?
Yeah, when we have turnovers like that in games, we watch them, we discuss those things so that there's an educational piece as well as a repetition piece in practice. We've tried to hold our players accountable throughout practice with our turnovers, which is not abnormal. We do that a lot. But I think it's important that they understand that aggressive turnovers are a little different than the silly ones that are for no reason. And I think we've got to really clean those up because we can.
What is allowing Caroline Strickland to play some professional basketball right now?
Well, I think Caroline has worked her tail off since she got on this campus, and she puts in the time. She's always put in the time, and we're getting to see it pay off, and I'm really excited for her. Where she has been able to excel is her versatility. She's probably our best physical post up on the block. And she can stretch the defense and shoot the three. She's being very vocal as a teammate, and she's being really positive with her teammates. So I think she's given us a lot of good minutes, a lot of good execution on both ends of the court.
Through this tough early half of the year, who have you seen step up to kind of be a leader?
Well, I think we've got different people working to step up. I think Caroline and her voice has been really good. I think Sarah Puckett is continuing to work on her leadership. Jewel Spear, I think her voice has been. I think her voice is a really positive and comforting voice to the team. Tess Darby as well. I think she's had a good week of practice.
How role kind of evolve with Rickea?
Well, I think, everybody's role evolves and changes as you have different people in and out of lineups and on and off the court. I think what Caroline does when she's out on the court with Rickea, she gives her a post presence, but also she can give her some space. You've got to count for Caroline. You have to get out and guard her at the three-point line, which gives Rickea some space to work. So I think it's beneficial.
Obviously they've had kind of a little bit of a break and they had finals, but just how have you seen kind of maybe this just like catch a breath time benefit them mentally, just kind of reset and get ready for conference play?
Yeah, I hope that this has been good for them. I think we've had really good practices. I mean, they've been pretty tough and physical practices. I think they did get to reset a little bit mentally, like you mentioned, because they could work more on themselves. We didn't have to work on our opponent so much this week. So I think that was good for our basketball team and our growth where we're at right now. So I hope this has been a productive week. We'll find out tomorrow. But in terms of what we've accomplished in practice this week, I'm really pleased.
With the
Yeah, so we're actually going to stay and practice here the day after. We're going to practice Wednesday morning. That's usually pretty dang good motivation. You want to play well on Tuesday night, so that practice goes well on Wednesday.
Do you have any updates on Avery Strickland? I know she was back in concussion protocol last night.
Yeah, no, we don't have any new updates with her. All right, thank you guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow.